and do top 10 or top 3, then I'll make it a celebratory run. But now I'm all serious about getting the best out of myself. As I always say, run to win, get the best out of myself. And the 50,000 plus people are trying to do the same thing for that moment in time. I'm so delighted to share that road with a participant of 50,000 or more people. So it should be a lot of fun.
Splits on during your workouts. How do you compare them to where you were maybe 2002 when you ran your first?
When I did my first marathon, I had 8 on my side, but the splits were not great. I remember telling Dina Caster, I'm like, how am I supposed to go 26.1? I can't even go 15 miles at a race pace at 7,000 feet. But I think the splits are there. Some of them are great in terms of mile repeats and 1Ks and 800s, and they have the tempos are good, solid. Performance not what I want them to be, but that's at the peak of my career. Now as a 42, more like 24, 28 years old. But I'm very happy how it went, and my mentor Bob Larson has been there, and mammoth people. I miss the scenery, but I miss the people more because they get me ready for meals, they cook for me, they host it like from house to house, hop in, for dinners. It's been an amazing experience, and I was away from my wife and kids and family for 6 weeks basically, because I only saw them for 1 day before I came here. Other than that, I don't want to regret it. As an athlete, I never done everything that I can. I know I have done now, and I got to go that journey through the 5 rows the best I can, and I know the crowd's going to be supporting me, and I love to interact with the crowd, so I'll go out there and cheer us on off, and I'll give you my best.
This is another challenge for New York City following the horror of this week. What's your message to the runners who have to, go after this amazing attempt of trying to accomplish something?
As an athlete, we hope to be an example of triumph through. It's not how many times you fall, but how many times you get up. And New York had a number of shares to be here before, but unfortunately we can't get the lives back of the 5 or 6 people who come here to a reunion. I never went to a high school reunion or college reunion, but to come to that, I can't even imagine the wife and the kids and all those things, but my prayers and thoughts goes to the people that are affected by it. We can't get lives back, but I hope we can be resilient to just say, take a moment of silence before the gun goes off and acknowledge them and all of that have happened, but New Yorkers are resilient, runners are resilient, and I'm thankful to the mayor and the law enforcement, all the things that they help the family in need at this point and do the right thing. And we just try to be a source of an example, give a little lift to the spotlight of the New York City, and as the biggest, Spike Lee called it the biggest party, biggest block party. So this mixed motion. We have the downs and the ups, and my life has been run to overcome, and that's how even my book is called Run to Overcome. So I would love to give a copy maybe to the book, to the families, just because I was at the bottom until 10 years ago on my knees and elbows where I can't even stand up, but somehow through the faith of God I just felt like bouncing back, and my wife don't want to see me that way, and I said, just give me a shot of because I know what is inside of me. So we have to look deeper to our spirit and be humble, but anything can be taken away for us. That's the message. But you got to look at the future as a priority as much as we can, even though it's very, very difficult. My sympathy and prayers go to the families that are affected by it, and everybody that will walk to school and all those things. It was just a horrific moment for all of us.
What are you going to miss most about the marathon?
What I'm going to miss most about the marathon is the VIP service from the New York runners. I grew up in a 3-bedroom and 1 bathroom with all my brothers and sisters, and they gave me the presidential suite here. So coming back, I'm like, it's unbelievable. The first-class service, not only for me, but for experience that we all share. 50,000 people and many others to be able to go. So, I won't miss the ice bath, I won't miss the drug testing and all that stuff, because like this morning I was planned out my day and, knock on the door, you saw that, and you gotta, it kind of got into play. So 3 weeks, probably 3 times in the last 3 weeks is what I've been tested on, but I won't miss that. I do miss the friendship that you make with people, but I hope to be in the sport in some capacity. I won't be running marathons competitively, but hopefully maybe pacing or coaching or motivational speaking within the sport of environment.
Meb, I know you kind of mentioned it already, but can you talk again about how you're feeling for Sunday? Are you prepared, and is it going to be a bittersweet moment for you?
You know, it's very emotional. The tears come to my eyes, you know, when I heard about the award. I mean, that's the first athlete, my dad mentioned it to me as an immigrant, and Pele, you know, so you hear those things and to get those awards, it means a lot to me. And Alafine, who's a female athlete in the U.S. here, just saw her and she says, you know, somebody told me at the press conference, I can't believe somebody says she wanted the female version of Meb, and I gave her a hug, thank you, and she just started crying. So and I got letters from, text from Dayton and Craig Leon and all those things. And that is very emotional because, you know, the integrity, the character that I have inspired them at the elite level. And I think there's a 12-year-old running a 5K on Saturday. He wrote me a letter. He said he wants to be the next me, and I want to give that play forward. When he's older and done a marathon, he wants to be there for the next kid. So the masses always, you know, send texts on Twitter or Facebook and things like that. So I'm just honored to be in this position, and I'm excited for Sunday. Give it my best, run to win, and but my goal is to top 3, top 10, and then if I can get that, obviously finish, but make it an exciting one.
And with the truck attack that happened this week, are there any worries about security in your mind? Is it even there?
You know, the worries has always been there for me since 2004. You know, especially when you wear that USA jersey, you know, you're a target. But unfortunately, what happened yesterday, what happened in Boston, all those things, they're in the back of our head. But you know, the New York runners do a great job. The law enforcement behind them, they're going to kind of, obviously it's already amazing security, but they need even more deeper. And you can't stop, you know, from lunatic like that. And but at the same time, we just hope that prayers and possible to those victims that are affected. But I'm very optimistic about Sunday.
Before Boston, I know that your build-up wasn't the greatest. You had a couple injuries. Has there been any hiccups in this one? Do you feel happy about what you've been able to do in your build-up for this one?
I went to Eritrea for 2 months with my daughter and wife, and I had a little tendon knee there. But other than that, I haven't had any hiccup. I didn't train much there. I just maintained 6-8 miles. I don't want to be super fit in October or September. I wanted to be November 5th, and so I held back a lot there because I get injured. So right now, since then, I haven't had any hiccup.
So do you feel good about your fitness? Is it where you want it to be?
For 42 years, yeah, that's what I wanted to be, you know. So I'm excited to be. There's no hiccup. The training's been good. And the tempos are done. The long run are done. The intervals are done. So, you know, I used to make a move when I want to make a move, or trying to cover moves when somebody else makes a move. But now that's getting a little bit challenging. So for me, I just have to be smart. If I can be smart and wise and use the competition to my advantage, everybody that makes a mistake, like I've done mistakes before, try to capitalize on that, and I think I can do really well.
You said you were in Eritrea for 2 months. Did you say what were you doing over there?
I was in Eritrea for 2 months with my daughters and wife. We thought of giving them back of their roots and educate them, show them how much they would appreciate the United States after being there. And Skechers was nice enough to give us a lot of 9 bags of shoes and clothing, 50 pounds each, and stack them there and give it to the people in need.
What was the coolest part of the trip? Was there anything that you really remember about it?
Oh, there's a lot of things I remember. I had the reunion, you know, I wear the name Keflezighi, but I know that all the family, 100+ family came. You know, no cell phones, no texting, no emails, but word of mouth, and my brother and I put a nice party for them, and it was a great celebration. The house where I was raised when I was in Eritrea, so my uncle lives there now, but yeah, so it was, the girls remember their roots. Been in Red Sea, been in the capital. You know, I asked when first day we came back to school. I said, you know, where are we walking? And I said, sidewalk. Did you see any sidewalk there, or did you see the dirt, the kids playing around? How often did they change? You know, put it in reality for them. They get changed everyday clothes, a lot of clothes, Skechers, shoes, and all those things. But back in Eritrea, they don't have those things. So how many drawers do you have full of clothes? So try to, you know, they hear about it, but I want them to know, and you're down to my wife, to realize how lucky they are. So hopefully they can work harder to achieve the things they want to pursue their dreams.
Before that, when was the last time you were in Eritrea?
I was in Eritrea last year. I was invited by the government to celebrate the 25th anniversary last year. I was only there because my schedule was so hectic for cancel a couple of things and go there for about 8-9 days.
And was this the first time your kids were in Eritrea at this time?
My oldest daughter, she went there in 2007 as an infant when I did the London Marathon, and then just all of us together this time with the family, and my mom was there for, unfortunately not my mom's mom passed away, and my sister's Ruth's mom passed away, so there's been a lot of grieving around also.
If you're not top 3 or top 10